However hard people press me with questions, and however vigorously I deny all questions, there is a point at which I find myself compelled to say no. No. Then to negation. And this point comes when they press me, when they pressure me, and when they handle me, until the exit from me of nourishment, of my nourishment and its milk, and what remains, that I am suffocated, and I do not know if it is in action, but in pressing me with questions this way, until the absence and nothingness of the question, they pressed me until the idea of body, the idea of being a body, was suffocated in me. And it was then that I felt the obscene, and that I farted from folly, and from excess, and from revolt at my suffocation, because they were pressing me to my body, and to the very body, and it was then that I exploded everything, because my body can never be touched. Conclusion. And what was the purpose of this broadcast, Mr. Artaud? Primarily to denounce certain social obscenities, officially sanctioned and acknowledged. 1. The submission of infantile sperm donated by children for the artificial insemination of fetuses yet to be born, and which will be born in a century or more. 2. To denounce, in this same American people who occupy the whole surface of the former Indian continent, a rebirth of that warlike imperialism of early America that caused the pre-Columbian Indian tribes to be degraded by the aforesaid people. 3. You are saying some very bizarre things, Mr. Artaud. 4. Yes, I am saying something bizarre, that contrary to everything we have been led to believe, the pre-Columbian Indians were a strangely civilized people, and that in fact they knew a form of civilization based exclusively on the principle of cruelty. 5. And do you know precisely what is meant by cruelty? 6. Offhand, I don't know. 7. Cruelty means eradicated by means of blood, and until blood flows, God, the bestial accident of unconscious human animality, wherever one can find it. 8. Man, when he is not restrained, is an erotic animal. He has in him an inspired shudder, a kind of pulsation, that produces animals without number, which are the form that the ancient tribes of the earth universally attributed to God. This created what is called a spirit. Well, this spirit, originating with the American Indians, is reappearing all over the world today, under scientific poses, which merely accentuate its morbid infectious power. The marked condition of vice, but a vice that pullulates with diseases, because, laugh if you like, what has been called microbes is God. And do you know that the Americans and the Russians use to make their atoms? They make them with the microbes of God. You are raving, Mr. Artaud. You are mad. I am not raving. I am not mad. I tell you that they have reinvented microbes in order to impose a new idea of God. They have found a new way to bring out God and to capture him in his microbic noxiousness. This is to nail him through the heart, in the place where men love him best, under the guise of an unhealthy sexuality, in that sinister appearance of morbid cruelty that he adopts whenever he is pleased to tetanize and madden humanity, as he is doing now. He utilizes the spirit of purity and a consciousness that has remained candid, like mine, to asphyxiate it, with all the false appearances that he spreads universally through space, and this is why Artaud le Momo can be taken for a person suffering from hallucinations. What do you mean, Mr. Artaud? I mean that I have found the way to put an end to this ape once and for all, and that although nobody believes in God anymore, everyone believes more and more in man. So it is men whom we must know make up our minds to emasculate. How's that? How's that? No matter how one takes you, you are mad, ready for the straitjacket. By placing him again for the last time on the autopsy table to remake his anatomy, I say, to remake his anatomy, man is sick because he is badly constructed. We must make up our minds to strip him bare, in order to scrape off that animalcule that itches him mortally, God, and with God, his organs. For you can tie me up if you wish, but there is nothing more useless than an organ. When you will have made him a body without organs, then you will have delivered him from all of his automatic reactions, and restored him to his true freedom. Then you will teach him again to dance wrong side out, as in the frenzy of dance halls, and this wrong side out will be his real place.